Hey, everybody. It's about that time. Ben looks like he's like 23 in that picture, right? So we have an exciting class today um, with the good and great Ben Kramer and Geshe
I
Michael.
wouldn't call him. I wouldn't call him great. I mean, good is okay.
The good, the good, and sometimes very good.
These are debatable.
Hey
Yeah. Well, we're here for
Nick,
logic.
are you warming up? Are you warming up to surf for us?
Oh, yeah. Just warming up. The waves have been really flat, actually.
Yay, that's the kind I like.
Good
I
point.
can brag about going surfing and
Let's get you in there. Yeah. We'll
paddling
go.
around.
We'll make it a point to go check Del Mar today just to make sure that everything looks
Oh,
okay, tip top for you.
okay.
You
Dr.
ready for
Kramer, you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay. This, and then I'm sharing my screen. Whoops, that's the wrong one. This is the right one. Does that look like homework?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay. Nobody tell Geshe Michael, but I'm recycling a homework from our last team class because I think it's the
That
right
seems to be a
one to
tradition.
prep. But that means maybe you could answer the questions. We'll see.
My
Um,
cup.
it, yes, it is necessarily the case that maybe you can. Uh, while typically authors use logic or scripture to prove points, the section we covered in our previous class with Geshe Michael suggested another method for making a point other than scripture or logic. Give the West Chinese for logic, for scripture, and for this other method, this third method.
It gets so, it's not quiet when we meditate before this class. And then when you ask a question, it gets perfectly quiet.
It's okay. This is very new information. The other method, no, no, I see some guesses. I see Nick looking off into the distance like it'll be
Oh,
revealed. You don't remember? No, I
You
thought you were
see it
thinking.
To
directly.
see if he's checking to see if Amelie knows the answer.
Oop,
is it
Paula remembered.
oh,
No, it's not. But Paula, would you help again? I did hear you.
You see it directly.
oh yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
direct perception. Um,
Uh,
he actually discusses at length. Oh, sorry, you didn't give me. Everybody shout out the West Chinese.
Rick, Loon, Winsum.
Rick,
I'll
Rick,
take it. Right. Yeah, sounds good.
Munson.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. So
Yeah.
speaking of direct perception, how would direct perception conflict with the reasoning that a myrobalan grown from a field watered with milk must be sweet by virtue of being a myrobalan?
What'd you say?
Because I ate one that was sour last week.
Yeah, I think that's fine to say. If you ate one that was sour, that would be direct perception that contradicted it. I don't believe you. But but yeah, generally that's the idea. What's
uh,
the yeah, you want to give West
is
Chinese
it
for a field watered with milk?
Omei Shing or something?
Yeah, right. Good. Um yeah, that's
Omei
great.
Chupi.
Yeah, you just gotta chew it. Um but yes.
Yeah.
Right. So we taste these myrobalan for ourselves, and we see that some are sweet and some are sour, depending on the season or how you grew it or where it was grown. And so here in this case, direct perception would contradict saying that all of them have to be wheat. Okay. Sanskrit name and West Chinese maybe for the outcasts. The school we're calling the outcasts. This is a school who doesn't believe in past lives. They don't believe in karma. They don't believe in, I don't think they even believe in logic. So
The
this shouldn't work on them anyway. But yes, uh,
Charvakas, Gyangtapas.
that's right. Um, um, how many of us are frozen? Is it just Geshe Michael? Yeah,
Uh-oh.
maybe.
He doesn't like when we talk
All
about
right,
the Charvakas.
understandable. Um, what invisible entity do they say is present in the four elements?
Consciousness.
Yay, Dodo, thank you. Um, what other position are they famous for that suggesting an invisible entity like that should conflict with? For example, and maybe I could have phrased it better. Yeah.
There's no
Um,
future lives.
no, there's something else that they say doesn't exist because they can't see it. Even
Oh,
though here they're saying something does exist that you can't see.
Omniscience.
Yeah, great. I like it. And even not just omniscience, but you could say the like omniscience's knowledge of maybe something in particular if you want to get fancy.
Sure, the 14 questions that were not answered.
Yeah,
nice.
right. Yeah, so it's basically, and I'm kind of stalling a little bit now because we're going to
Oh,
need the
sorry.
boss in a minute for real. No, it's great. Let's, we're all friends
Make
here.
us,
Let's chat.
make us a new quiz.
Yeah, great. Let me get started on that. Oh, good. I can make a multi-level list of some kind. I don't know why that's there. Anyway, um, yeah, specifically that that he had no answer, that the omniscient one didn't have an answer to the
Oh,
14 questions. He didn't know an answer to those because they didn't hear him say anything. So he must not have known the answer.
Right.
well, that's problematic.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean,
False assumption.
I know how many fingers I'm holding up right now, but I'm not going to tell you.
Well, it's four. I don't even need omniscient.
All right, now we're in a pickle. Um, I don't know. Do you want to write to our friends or something and see if they're okay? Uh, who's in the room? Maybe Tim?
Oh, are they over at
I,
Tim's somewheres?
I don't know the answer to that.
I mean, it appeared that they were at a house as opposed to Geshe Michael being at his house, right?
I think all of that seems
Yeah.
reasonable to say. Yeah,
Let's see what's going on.
yeah. Okay, I don't see them. Oh, maybe at standby
Hi,
solo.
There we
how are
Hey,
go.
look,
you?
it's you. Good.
Yay.
Good. You made it just in time to be done with the homework.
I thought you were covering the word Mooney.
Oh, we did.
Mhm.
Actually, believe it or not, that is sort of what we covered. Uh,
Okay.
we were just saying that those silly outcasts suggest that there is invisible awareness in the elements, um, even though they say that the omniscient one couldn't have known answers to the 14 questions because they didn't hear them because he was being a Mooney. So now things could get
Money, money, money,
nasty.
money.
Moony, 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 moony. Um, moony, moony. Oh, Geshe Michael, you have to look at my.
Oh, I'm working on it. Please read, Mr. Ben.
Okay, Dongchenbei. Oma la shoma tong yang yuparn de. Du xing sakpa dak me la tong wei me par de pangawa teno.
Yeah, this guy's in a position that not seeing all inclusive collection.
Oh, this is
This is
tough. You
separate.
know, I went and got a thing here because I don't because yeah, we had this thing before, and I had to theorize a little bit about what a douching sakpa is. Um, and this came
Oh,
up in my
yeah.
book,
Okay.
and my cockamamie theory
Um,
is that they
yeah.
believe that both uh Sawe Rangshin Solo, right? Whatever, like nature or primordial nature, and also Kyebu, uh, uh, the self or something, Purusha and Prakriti, are things that have a self nature. Um, and one of those things is the collection of all the material stuff in the universe, and the other is awareness. Um, and so I guess the idea here maybe is that um, an all-inclusive collection would somehow describe Rangshin Soho, and that is a thing with a self, and they don't see it among things that don't have a self nature or dogme. Um,
Uh, well, here's how I take this one, okay? And I
okay,
feel happy because I suddenly occurred, I think I understood it finally
okay,
the other day when I was working on your book. So Tongchenpa is a non-Buddhist school, right?
yeah,
Sankhya, the numerous
hmm
guys. Uh,
hmm
and then they have two arguments, okay? Number one, can you see the yogurt, potential for yogurt, which is in a glass of milk? Can you see it directly with your eyes?
can't see it.
And yeah, and they say you cannot see it, but we accept that it has it.
Mhm.
Okay, you cannot confirm it with your senses, but we believe milk does have the potential for yogurt within it. Therefore, we do believe that there are cases where you observe the general object, and you can believe that there's something about it that's there, even though you can't confirm it with your eyes.
hmm
You
hmm
can't see the yogurt in the milk. Okay.
hmm
So then, in theory, they should apply that to emptiness. They should apply the same logic. Even though you can't see it directly, it's still there. And then we say, okay, well, let's consider things that are components of atoms, for example. So in the Abhidharma, especially, uh, what is real? What is most real? Smallest moments of time and smallest pieces of matter. That's reality. And science would say that. Okay. So can you see the lack of self nature in things that are bigger than that, like in pieces of potato, or you know, or can you see within them that they have no self nature because they are conglomerates? Can you see it with your eyes?
No,
With your eyes? No,
no.
you can't see it. Okay. So they say, because you cannot see it with your eyes, it's not there. And then we say, well, then yogurt's not in milk. And they say it's not parallel reasoning. And that's the point of this sentence. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's contradictory. Gawa here at the end means you say there can be yogurt in milk, even though it's not directly observable. But then you say there cannot be a lack of a self nature within accumulations of tiniest parts, even though you also can't see it. It's not there.
Mhm.
You disagree with the Buddhists that conglomerates of atoms lack a self nature because you cannot confirm it. But you still agree there's yogurt in milk, even though you cannot confirm it. So make up your mind. If it's unconfirmable, is it not there? Because that's your position with emptiness. Are you going to take the same position with yogurt? And if you don't, then you're contradicting. That's the Gawa at the end here. So it's pretty cool argument, actually. And he's going to repeat it, I think, in the next sentence.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to repeat that thing. It's going to repeat the same argument. Are you saying if you can't see it, it could still be there? Or are you saying if you can't see it, it's definitely not there? Because you go both ways with milk and with atoms, molecules. Okay? He's criticizing the Sankhya's. We don't believe you're a Buddhist, no self-nature. Why? We can't see it in these conglomerates. And then he says, well, then there's no yogurt in milk. For the same reason, you can't see it. But no, we agree there's yogurt in milk. Well, then you should agree to no self-nature, which you also can't see. Okay? Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Pretty cute.
He did, this is the third or fourth of these he did, but I think he goes on now. He doesn't repeat it again.
I think he has I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He went on. We did have those previously. The one we had in the homework, you say there's awareness in the four elements, even though you can't see it. But you also say the Buddha didn't know the answer to the 14 questions because he didn't speak.
Okay. Okay.
Since that's parallel, I thought. This was I don't know, this was a little hard because I had to find the previous section. So I don't know, this seems overly elaborative, but
yeah. Just on the face value of it, it's okay. Yeah.
okay.
Cockpit to proving a negative thing.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's a
right.
little bit because it's proving it's positive and cockpit is negative. Proving a negative thing. Can you prove a negative thing? Can you establish the non-existence? Okay.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Which is kind of the milk argument. Yogurt.
Oh, yeah, right. This was I guess because we had this earlier, this was like what is proved by the Gakpa we've been doing because we've been trying to disprove um that you could prove the negative necessity. We've been denying you could prove the negative necessity by simply failing to observe the reason in the dissimilar case. Right? Tak
Okay.
matong tam. And then there's supposed to be like what was proved, what we came to by proving that. And then
Yeah. Okay. What you
and then here
establish with a denial.
yeah, right. Yeah, okay, cool. And then 3 sections within that.
Can you ask someone to read, Dr. Ben?
Yeah, sure.
And be
Maybe
mean to them? Be mean to
okay,
them.
maybe whoever's humming would like to read.
Whoever's what?
Humming.
We had some background noise here. Let's see. Lindsay,
Oh,
are you there?
yeah, she's here.
Great, great, great.
She just finished a successful rock concert tour of Asia and Mexico.
Kappa, Grupa, Mid,
Hey Ben, you got the plan. She said Grupa.
Okay.
Drupa.
Uh,
Sorry, Ben.
It's okay. You fixed it.
Dupa. Okay. Pakmi, Tunpa, Ha, Dakme, Par, Nepala, Tupar, Dupa, Dang, De La, To, Kyang, Mitun, Chok, Dak, Dup, Mi, Gu, Pa, Dang, Tokmar, De, Drup, Tak, Ni, La, Ten, Pe, Group, Pe, Don, Drup,
And then
Yeah,
you
good.
lapsed
Thank
back to
Good.
group. But yeah, good, good, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
She wrapped it up with a group. Okay.
She had a relapse.
A group relapse.
Uh-huh.
Relapse. Okay. Here's the definition of proving necessity. Can be true, but depends on being certain. Not everything can be after.
Oh yeah, this is
Yeah.
hard.
Then we'll show that even though the proof depends on the series, 9% proven just in this. Okay. Finally, we demonstrate the large point that we set out to prove in the medium discussion. There are two types of reasoning. Yeah, okay, good. The question that's coming up here is if you say there's no I don't know, orange apples. Okay, let's take apples, they can't be orange. Okay, then do you have to check every apple there is? You see what I mean? Or can you establish things through principles? You see what I mean? Can you take a small group of apples and say, okay, there's no orange apples or something like that? Or do you actually have to travel around the world and check every apple? Mitunchok. Mitunchok means the ones that don't fit. The rule that apples should be red or green. How do you responsibly come to the conclusion that something's not the case without confirming it with every possible instance of that case of not being a case? Okay, that's all. That's a big question in logic.
Mhm.
Like you could say there's no green it's based on a set that's too small, where they're all red, and then you'd be making a mistake. So do you actually have to go around the whole world and check all the apples to say there's apples are red? Okay, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's going to get into that.
While Lindsay's next to you, maybe we could have her do one more.
Okay, Lindsay, go ahead.
Dangkolani, Kappa, Del, Wala, Par, Group, Me, Drup, sorry, that's me.
Don't be grumpy.
Drup, Me, Na, Ha, Hachang,
Yeah, Hachang.
Hachang, Tel, Wow, no?
Yeah, no, nice. Yeah. So the idea is let's take sound. It's changing because it's made. Then do you have to check all the things in the universe that are not changing? Or can you just make a general principle from the dokya, which means if it's produced, it must be changing? Can you use the dokya, can you use the kava? Can you use the relationship between the reason and the quality which you're asserting as a general principle? And then rather than checking all the possible instances of that thing, because that's what logic is all about. You can't, direct observation would be to travel around the world and try to see every apple. And then logic would be to establish rules that if this is here, then this is here, or if this is here, this is not here. And then believe that those rules will handle every case. You see what I mean? So here when he talks about Jawa, connection, it means the connection between the third part of the reason and the second part of the reason. If something is made, it's impermanent. In the case of the famous example, right? Okay, that's all. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you
Like,
for your homework. Thank you.
Thank
That's
you.
like when they say thank you for your service. Okay. So Ben, something happened to me. I got frustrated with your book, and I was like, I don't know where we're
I'm
at,
sorry.
and I don't know what's going on. And then because it's been so slow and it's so complex, and that's one thing. And then I was also wondering how many years we have to wait for your first volume of this book. And I was trying to estimate, when we could put out a book, because everyone has put out a book. All the translators have put out a book except Tim, who started late. And I'm starting to look forward to second books for people. And, when is the second book coming out for Ben KRAMER? So maybe your book was first. I don't remember. But yeah. Nah. Which one was the first one? Oh, Wood Palace, yeah. So anyway, I was getting frustrated with your book. And then and there's one big frustration I have. The reason we're studying Geshe Wangchuk's treatment of Dharmakirti is that every time I need to understand a verse of Dharmakirti, which you cannot understand without a commentary, it's impossible. No verse, almost no verse in Dharmakirti's huge work can be understood without a commentary. But if you do a search, if you do a Gopher search on all the Pramana books in our database, you always hit Geshe Wangchuk. Like 3/4 of the time, you hit one person who explains it, clearly. And we kept hitting the same guy over and over and over again, which is a sign that you should stop doing whatever you're doing and translate that one. And that's the principle we did with Xiaoping's text. Her second text is the book where I find all the answers about Vinaya. So I decided finally we got to translate this one. Then when we got into Geshe Wangchuk's commentary, so far he has not explained the verses word by word. And then it seems like he got partly into his commentary and changed his strategy. And it bothers me. It really bothers me because this was going to be the book that helped everybody understand Pramana. And he's not going that way. He's doing just theory and very obscure theory without enough material to understand what he's talking about. And I was like, wow, I felt let down. Okay. So then I decided we've been on this one for 4 years or something. And I don't have a feeling for it. And it's frustrating for me. So I decided I'd like to write out the outline of it and see if that helps. And it helped a lot. It was like, what do you call it? Revelation. It was like a revelation. So the reason I did that was that we're doing a new Nagarjuna book called The Letter to a Friend. We're doing the commentary by his teacher, Rendawa, by Tsongkhapa's teacher, Rendawa. And Nick and I are working on it. And Nick has been working on the outline. And it helps a lot. The outline helps a lot. So he's halfway through the outline. And we're putting the outline in the book. And then I thought maybe an outline of Ben's book would help. And I worked on it last night. I worked on it till 9:59. And I finished it at 9:59. And then I thought, let's go there. And it helps a lot. So I did part of it, but I'm going to ask Ben to translate it. So I'm going to go to that outline. Okay.
Switch back to the
Mhm.
Wi-Fi.
Switch. I gotta switch Wi-Fi, so I might lose
Yeah, be
you.
off for a few
Diamond
seconds.
Sky?
Yeah, Diamond Sky.
Or Starlink.
Diamond Sky.
Diamond Sky. 4K.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. You still got me?
Yes.
Yeah, it will come back.
Okay. So can you see the words topical outline that I'm showing?
We haven't shared it.
I haven't shared it. Mm, let me go share first. This one, right? So Ben,
Yes. We see it.
I thought we could go through it and you translate. You could kind of translate as we go, and it's going to help everybody. They're requesting
sure.
to bypass. What should I do?
Well, yeah.
Allow? Okay. So I think this is going to help a lot, Ben. And I
Good.
did the outline up to where we are last night just for fun.
Great.
And okay.
Yes.
And it helped me guess when we could put out your first book.
Okay.
So let's go through. This is the outline. And the problem is his book has been so slow that it's impossible to keep in mind where we are or why we are. And now I think this will help a lot. So I'm going to ask Ben, you want to have somebody read? Or
Sure. Jojo is hovering right there in my screen and eager to read. Don't worry, we'll give you a bunch, Jojo. I know it's little chunks.
hang on a second. Where is that?
He was mad because he saw just, 3 words and he thought his talents were underutilized.
Display. Display, yeah. Display.
Which one? Display.
Display.
Oh, yeah.
Dodo's
Okay.
always smiling. He never gets upset.
Okay, here we go. Dodo. Yeah. So I wrote the English there. I didn't translate much. Yeah, that's when they bow down before the book. It could be the translator's prostration. It could be the author's prostration. Okay. I added that one. When it's in brackets, I added it. Then what? Can you read this one, Dodo? Chija, yeah. And that's traditional that you say all the llamas of this logic tradition are cool. Thank you. Okay. And it's called the offering of praise. Standard preliminaries. Okay. He doesn't even comment on it. He just runs through it. Next one, Dodo. Yeah, sometimes it's called sombar, sometimes it's called sambar. Our author calls it sambar. Sam means to initiate something, or here it means to start the work, compose the book. And damcha means make a promise, okay, like damtik. Okay. Okay. So those three are I just threw in there. They're not part of his outline, okay, but they are part of the outline. Okay. Ben, who's gonna read this one?
Okay, last one, Jojo. You get an actual sentence and then you're
All
fired.
right.
Especially if you do well. Perfect, you're
Yeah.
fired.
Hey Ben, you want to translate?
Yeah, this is the who were the Indian masters who wrote in Sanskrit on the topic of accurate perception?
Perfect. Okay. Which Indian masters wrote what great books about pramana? Okay. And we finished that. You may remember we struggled through that long list of names and books without much else. Okay. Who's gonna read the next one, Ben?
Ula, do you want to read?
Ooh la la.
Yes, thank you. Didak wo keynote
Uh-huh.
What Dedak Kilo Sawa Gangi Kiowa.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice. By the way, Ula, where are you?
In Germany.
Okay, I gotta send you an email.
Okay.
Hassa's trying to swim across the Atlantic.
Thank you, Geshe.
Cookie Lotsawa, Ben.
Uh, yeah, translators of those books into Western Chinese language.
Yeah, good. Yeah. So that was a really dry section about the names of the translators. When they get to our names 100 years from now, they will say the same. Rush? Remo?
Oh.
What is that? Okay. Let's go on to the real book. Who's next?
How about Tin?
Yes, teacher. Perki kepa nam ki zepe teme koki nam trang.
Yeah, and thank you, Tim, for good help in Vietnam. It was nice to see you, and you really helped us a lot, as usual.
Yeah, thank you, Geshe.
Ben, Hooky Kepanam.
Yeah, the masters of Western China who wrote enumerating or counting the masters from there who wrote on the topic of accurate perception.
Yeah. Why is Namjang a little bit unusual word here?
I'm excited for you to tell me.
Wait,
Come on. What does Namjang
I don't know
usually mean?
what.
it can mean
I
it can mean
mean,
synonym
yeah.
or verse.
Synonyms.
Yeah, Namjang often means synonyms or different
Okay,
versions.
okay,
And
okay.
here it's just used in more of a metaphorical sense, you know. Who are the synonymous authors? They're not really synonymous. In Tibet, who wrote commentaries on Pramana. What's the
Oh, okay.
selection of West Chinese who wrote on Pramana? Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Who's gonna read the next one, Ben? By the way,
Oh
Ben,
boy,
your homework
yes.
is to fill in all these translations for next class.
Okay, fun. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, sounds fun. Yeah, great. Um, let's see. Oh boy, I'm gonna need Word. Are you available to help me?
To read or to find someone to read.
Oh, of course, someone to read.
Okay.
Hey, Word,
sure.
did your retreat start?
It's happening right now again.
Oh, okay, good luck. He's in a place called Tepoztlan outside of Mexico City with like 30 students doing a retreat. Yay.
Beautiful.
Yay, thanks again. Inghui,
Oops.
is she there? No? Maybe not. Milan,
Yes.
please read.
Chế trắc tù vô bầy tên chờ xê mà nam treo ghi thung trung xê tên là Peppa.
Yay.
Thank you.
Word's showing off his great students.
Yeah.
Chidatu Ben.
Chichaktu, detailed.
Yeah, now to go into more detail, we are going to Tenlabep.
We're going to present.
Yeah,
in brief.
just Chungsei. Yeah,
Yeah, a little bit. The meaning of the commentary on accurate perception, that vast commentary.
Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, good. It's cute because there's a what do you call that? There's a contrast that he's using in this sentence. Where is it?
Well, it's Chumse and Gyepa.
Good, exactly. Which means what?
It means we're gonna have a little presentation of that huge commentary.
Yeah, right. Good. Yeah, so that's very important to translate it into English properly, as you appreciate when the Tibetan author is being cute. He said, yeah, we're going to just say a little tiny bit about that unbelievably vast book. Okay, something like that. But you have to bring it out in the translation. And by the way, so it's kind of typically in a Buddhist book, the outline is skewed. They are not equal parts. You've got 3 tiny sections treating the history of the commentarial tradition. And then the 4th section, which in a Western outline should be balanced with the other 3 to be considered, equal sections. The first section takes a few sentences. The second section takes a few sentences. As you can see from the page numbers, 2 pages on the first section, 1 page on the second section, 2 pages on the third section, and then something like 1,000 pages on the 4th section. So they're rarely balanced in a Western outline style. Okay. And what happens is that translators who don't understand that will devote a whole chapter to the first 3 here. They'll give chapter headings in their translation. And then the 4th chapter will be 1,000 pages long. And they often do that. Western translators don't understand that they are not meant in a Western outline way. They are not equal weight. The 4th one is 99% longer. You have to break up the 4th one. You have to make the first 3 part of the introduction or something. Okay. All right. Who's next, Ben Kramer?
Who's next? Word.
Let me see. Yinghui, you're back?
Yes. Thank you, teacher. Jepa poi chewa jupa.
Nice pronunciation. Ben.
Yeah, some words on how awesome these authors are.
Yeah, good. How awesome the authors are. And who's going to read next?
Yinghui. Yeah.
Thank you. Lopun chuki lang poi chewa jupa.
Which Ben means?
We're going to talk about how awesome Master Dignaga is.
Good. Yeah. So he's talking about several awesomenesses here. Yinghui, number 2 here.
Sung di ki jepa po bao den chu draki chewa jupa.
Ben.
We're going to talk about how awesome the author of this particular text we're talking about is. By the way, his name is Dharmakirti.
Nice. Okay. Yinghui, one more.
Okay, thank you. Lopun hlawang lola sokpe chewa jupa.
Ben?
Yeah, we're even going to talk about how great Mr. Indra Deva is or something, and his buddies.
Yeah, I think it's Devendra Budi or something like that.
Devendra Budi, that sounds more right.
Which are not very well-known commentators who came later. So you can see the balance here. He spent 5 pages on Dignaga, and then he spent 16 pages on Dharmakirti, and then he's going to spend 2 pages on everybody who came after them. And that's about how it should be weighted, Okay. All right. Who's going to read next, Mr. Ben Word? Nice job, Yinghui. Nice job, Milan.
Thank you, teacher.
I think Chloe wants to read. Chloe.
Mm-hmm.
She's begging to read. She was crying.
Hello.
Hey, Ben Kramer, what's juke in Yiddish?
Roach.
Cockroach. Yep. Okay. I'm just checking.
I only learned that from you, I have to say. I only know other curse
Yeah, but
words
they
in
taught me
Yiddish.
that for 19 years in the diamond business.
Jukcha Tenma Namdrel Ki Song Den
Shum,
Shong
shum.
Dong and La Drill Deppa.
Bepa, yeah, stay, because this is too short to get out. Ben, translate.
Let's dive into a
Good, nice
presentation
translation.
on the meaning of this book, the commentary on accurate perception.
Nice, perfect, very nice. Chloe's gonna read one more. We met a Chloe in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Okay. Too much information.
Okay, Shung.
Dong Chi Du Dong Shepa.
Okay, Ben.
We're going to explain the meaning in a general summary.
Good. Yeah. First, we get a general summary of Dhammakirti's book. Dhammakirti's book is massive, huge. People don't even bother to memorize it. It's one of the 5 great texts, but it's too much. You know, if you debated every year of your Geshe program, 25 years, you will not get past the first chapter. You know.
Wow.
Okay. Keep going, Chloe.
Okay. Ten Kitong.
Ben.
What's the title mean?
Yeah. Keep going.
Gyor Ki Chak.
Good.
The translator makes their prostration.
Yeah, good. The translator is gonna prostrate. Okay. And keep going.
Ten Ki Strong Dong.
And
the meaning of the book that has that name that we just explained.
yeah. And again, the Tibetan outlines are unbalanced. You know, Sen Ki Dun, the meaning of the name Pramanavartika takes about 2 lines. Gyorki Chak, the translator's prostration of the translator from Sanskrit into Tibetan language, takes about less than a page. And then Sen Chengi Shung Dun, the meaning of the classic, which has the name,
takes the rest of your
1,000
life.
pages. So, yeah, so again, the Tibetan outlines are not balanced normally, and you cannot make the divisions of your translation based on those. You know? Okay. Chloe, okay, let's do these last 3.
Shepala Drupa.
Mr. Ben.
Beginning the explanation.
Yeah, and then Nick, what's happening with the outline here?
You mean what you're listing? Now we're getting into the verses. So you're mentioning which verses come within this section, as well as the page.
Mixed nuts topical outline standard. Give the native page number, and then give the verse where there's a root text. Tell us that the root text has been inserted into his commentary. So this is the first place so far. We've gone 32 pages, which is 240 pages normally in English. And he has finally given us the first 2 verses of the root text of the Pramana Vartika. Okay. Ben, here's a
Can I ask you what does VV stand for? Sorry.
Verse, it's the standard for verses, meaning plural of verse. Yeah. Question, Ben, why did we put page 32 instead of folio 32?
Oh, this is a printed Western style book in its original.
Yeah. The first printing of this book ever done was not a carving. It was a Western book. Okay. Okay. And we worked on it with him. You know, it's unusual to see an outline that has a P instead of a F, because there has never been a carving of this, probably will never be. Okay. All right. Which means you, Ben, when you think about weighting amounts of material, with a folio, you get typically 8 pages of English. Front and back side, total 8 pages. With a page, you're probably going to get a lot less. It might be 4 something. We'll see.
Okay.
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 All right.
Yeah.
Chloe, 2 more. Good.
This is a thorough explanation or a close explanation or something.
Yeah, forget the Nyewa, it's just like Upa something.
Okay. Okay.
He's going to set forth explanation. Okay, going to set forth the explanation. And then yeah, how does the explanation conclude? Okay. And then Ben, what's difficult and what messed us up, these 3 categories are not real categories. They're just a light review of the whole content of the book. You see what I mean? He's going to tell us how he got into the explanation, how he presents the explanation, and then how he completes the explanation. But that's only going to be 2 or 3 pages of general discussion of the pattern of his methodology, of Dharmakirti's methodology. It is not the actual explanation itself. So that's confusing. Okay, so far we haven't reached the real text. He just says when we do get to the real text, it's going to have these 3 sections. Okay. Now, Ben.
Yeah.
In the book, he says, now we get to part 2. The only part 2 he's mentioned so far is tachepa, which means a logical deconstruction of the whole thing. Okay.
Yes.
And this is wrong. Okay. It is not the next section. Okay. It's not. It's something else, and he doesn't state it clearly. Okay. This tachepa starts 110 pages later.
Okay.
His deconstruction. Yeah, I hit it.
You
I
checked that?
hit it. It's like, what the heck are you doing down here?
Okay.
Yeah. So this is wrong. Yeah, number 2 does not have a title. It's probably the actual commentary or something like that.
Okay.
But what I discovered, and I want to tell you so you think about it.
Yeah.
After doing the outline of everything we've done from the last 4 or 5 years, yesterday I got into it. I'd outlined the whole thing. Then I hit the tachepa. Then I hit the logical treatment. And then I believe he starts his real explanation.
Okay.
And I think everything we've been working on is just introduction. And that's why we couldn't understand anything, because he wasn't explaining the verses. And what he's famous for, why we're using Geshe Wangchuk when there are thousands of other pages of commentary since the 11th century or something. He really treats it word by word. He really goes through word by word. And then he didn't in the work we've done for the last 4 years. And what I discovered was he's going to start over again.
Really?
After 150 pages, he's going to start over again, word by word. And this is all just, giving you an overview of the book. He's basically just giving you an overview of the book, which you're not supposed to understand word by word, because he didn't explain it word by word. So we've been in a really difficult explanation of the general ideas without the verses. Okay.
Okay.
And when you get to page 147, which at this speed will take another 4 years, you'll start the work.
So, Ta Chepa here, well, or whatever happens on page 34, it's not
Yeah,
Ta Chepa.
no, it's not. It's not.
And because the topics here, I'm just scrolling down underneath Ta Chepa here, like the topics here do follow what we've been covering, right? The other page numbers below are correct. This is the outline exactly we've been covering.
He's going to do a topical outline discussion of the whole book, and then he's going to start the commentary on page 147.
Okay.
So he's kind of
still
just
not going fast enough to cover. He's not going fast enough to cover the whole book by 147.
No, he will. He did. He does. Or maybe the first chapter. Maybe the first chapter.
Maybe the first chapter. Okay.
But when I realize his strategy, I think now I understand his strategy. I may be wrong, but now I understand his strategy. He's going to give us a review of the ideas, and then he's going to start the commentary. So we're going through a review of the ideas without the root text. And it's very difficult. It's very confusing. So I'm just saying that when we hit the root text at page 147, which is probably 900 pages in English,
my God,
he'll start his commentary. Okay.
I mean, which raises the issue, boss. Like, how can we put out that first book? Because we didn't really know what the first book meant, because we translated the first book without having read the part that explains the first book that we already translated.
Exactly.
Should we jump there and do that?
I'm tempted. A very serious answer for you. I'm tempted to skip 147 now.
Yeah.
I'll do whatever you want.
And then come back. And put out the second volume first. But let me confirm that my theory is correct before we do that. But let's go through the outline for this.
Yeah, cool.
Which I continued up to where we have reached. I wrote the whole outline down, and then I left it to you to translate. Okay.
Okay. Did you take this outline from the book, or you just made it yourself?
No. I took it from the book. Yeah, I took it from the book.
It's like at the beginning of the work.
Yeah, this is it's sprinkled throughout the 4 years of work that we've done. We just went through so slow we couldn't see the outline.
Okay.
But this is his outline according to him. Okay, I didn't impose it on work. Yeah.
Right.
I'm just following him.
Right. Okay.
But he doesn't give this a name. We'll have to see. It's some kind of.
No, he didn't. I remember that.
It's some kind of
seemed
overview.
Like what it would have to be.
It's an overview of the whole book, and then he comes back to the commentary, I believe.
He goes back to you think at 147, you caught him going to the first verse again?
Well, I found Ta Chepa. Yeah, I didn't have time. It was.
Oh, I see.
My computer went away.
That's okay. Of course. Okay. Good for you. That's good.
But I gotta confirm that he does cover the verses there. Okay. But let's do this. I think treating the outline is going to give us a better understanding of what the heck's been going on for 4 years, because it's been so slow that we couldn't see a patterns. So who's going to read next, Ben?
It's quick. Someone for 1 minute. Yeah, we are.
In that case, I have a suggestion. Since the natural, why don't you work up to these 3 stars? Okay, Ben.
Okay, so the 3 stars.
The 3 stars in an outline means the outline gets so deep that I start over again on the left side. You see what I mean? Because
Oh,
there's no
interesting.
room on the page on the right.
Yeah.
Okay. And then it goes
Yeah.
again and it shrinks again, and then I start another star. Okay, so you
Okay.
please translate these sections up to the first 3 stars and show it to Nick every once in a while because he's learned how to do these outlines. Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Now we're going to have a 15-minute discussion led by, am I right? Ben KRAMER, about how the heck you can use this in your real life. Like, don't talk to your wife until you make sure the outline's over. And Grandpa's going to go sit down and relax. Okay, good luck, Ben.
Okay, thank you so much.
Oh, I got to take it back.
Oh. Okay, I don't want to interrupt the flow of people who are eager to share the ways in which this obviously applies to our life. Yeah. What do you think? Great, Ulla, bless your heart. Jump on in here.
I thought maybe I help out a little. And I actually have 2 things that I'd like to share. Because, in an outline, we have all different kind of aspects. And those that echoed in my heart so much were we were dwelling quite a while on the amazingness of different people. And I thought that's so beautiful. And I feel that I should do that much more and just hang out and, oh, that guy's wonderful. They do, the rejoicing of other people. That was really, really sweet and told me something for today. And then the second part is, the teaching is sometimes out of what the pages are saying. So, what I take out for me is sometimes when we get stuck or lost or frustrated by what is happening right now, we have to be brave enough or open enough to step back, look at the big picture, what is actually happening. And then I thought, a current situation can be really frustrating, but then when we step back, we see our wish, right? That what leads us to the bigger picture and to the actual goal of finishing the book of this difficult thing called samsara. So I think it's really nice to just lean back sometimes and say, like, where are we actually heading to? And then we get our strength back and motivation, and then we can go back to the text or to whatever frustrating thing is going on, and then it's not so hard anymore. So that was what was it for me.
Thank you, Ulla. That's really great. I appreciate that. I think it's one of I don't know, one of the ways that I've tried to have a marriage is this thing about just like hanging out in the good qualities of someone and spending time praising people, spending time thinking about people's good qualities. There's this podcast guy that I like, Ezra Klein, that I listen to sometimes. He said a really beautiful thing that stuck with me. He said, attention, that he's more and more convinced that attention is the most important human resource. And that in the end of your life, if you're looking back to see what was your life, it's the sum total of the things that you paid attention to. And I thought about what I pay attention to, and then how much of this time could we spend lingering on the good qualities of people? And then what is your experience of that person? You see, it's like the sum total of the thoughts that you had about that person. And that is who they are for you. And they might be something else to someone else, but for you, they are the sum total of the thoughts that you've had about who they are. And if you hang out and think about how wonderful they are, and especially in a marriage. And Geshe Michael, I remember him teaching this very early on in my following him around as much as I could. And I met Kendra at that time. He actually gave a talk. This is a little bit cool and a little bit embarrassing, but I met Kendra at a talk he was giving on spiritual partnerships um, back in 1932 or whatever. And
Nice.
it was, and this was one of the things that stuck with us was this idea about uh, listing the good qualities that you could make the other list. You see, you can list someone's bad qualities. You can totally do it, but don't. Just you make the nice list. Just sit there making the nice list, and you could make the other list, and just don't make the other list. Just don't do it. Um, so yeah, it's a great use of our. Maybe he should have spent more of the book on it, especially praising the translators. Um, what else could someone share? That'd be awesome. Um, I'm sorry, there's a glitch. If you all put your hands up at once, the system cancels them out. So you could just um, one at a time is fine. Um, yeah, I think planning is great. I've tried to be very organized in my life, and I think there's I don't know, like almost like a Buddhist hippie thing that you hear people get into where they're just like, I'm just like in the now, man. Like I don't plan, brother, you just gotta be like, and like it's also okay to plan in the now. And people
What do you mean
need
by
that.
you people?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not accusing Nick of being a hippie Buddhist. Um, although we can, if we ask him to show us his suit from the waist down, that could be, you know, I just him though. Uh, but yeah, organizational skills have had a huge impact on my life, and I think it's something I was very bad at, and I think most of my life I've been disorganized. I think I even have like ADHD. I think I have a hard time keeping attention to things and being on time and staying organized. And in my life, I had to create systems for that to be able to achieve things that were important to me. And then now I have calendars and I have lists and I have reminders. And I would even say that now, in some of those ways, I am probably more accountable, reliable, punctual than people who do not have problems with attention or such disorders because I have systems, because I needed systems, and I need to go back and make outlines and get organized and find a way to get my bearing when I'm confused. And it's a great service to people to take that time and sometimes set aside time to go back and get organized even when you just want to progress. Someone said to me once, was really cute. They said, um, as a metaphor, I don't have time to sharpen this axe. I have to chop the tree down. Um, and and I feel that a lot in my life, that sometimes we can save years on a multi-year project by stopping making progress on that project for a month to organize the project or to hone the skills or the tools that you need for that project. And it's very hard to step away for that moment because you feel like you're not making progress. And it's a very critical skill to know when to do that.
I think that I really like what you said, Ben, about that you noticed your own abilities or struggles with keeping attention. And so you found a way to bring attention And that's like a metaphor for practice of the Dharma. We pay attention to where we struggle, where negative emotions are popping up, you know. And then we apply those teachings so that we can work with those negative emotions. So that's really cool.
It's really cool. I yeah, I'm not there's requests would I teach a course on organization and attention, not tomorrow or anything, but I'll tell you a book in the meantime. And then I see we have a question that will require visiting the English interpretation room for those who know how to do that. You could start doing that now. There's a book I read called Getting Things Done by David Allen. And I didn't use everything in the book, but I used that book. It had a huge impact on me. And I do highly recommend it, Getting Things Done by David Allen. He says the mind is for having ideas, not storing them. And so it's just this beautiful way of taking everything that you do. You see, Geshe Michael always has this little French Le Pen and a piece of paper in his pocket. And when an idea happens, he has this fertile ground for having ideas. It goes straight onto the piece of paper. He has a system outside of his brain for storing ideas. And then his brain has freedom to keep coming up with ideas because he can just put it away into his pocket. Um, and then, yeah, I would love, oh, that's the book. I love that book so much. Yeah, cool. Good. We have a question here. I'm running over to the English room. Would you, friend, ask us your question or share with us your insights rather about using this in everyday life?
How can I make sure my beloved ones will never suffer, and like she can give birth to a twin kids without suffering, meaning that all the mothers in the world, they can plant the seed that they can give birth to the twin babies, one boy, one girl. Then I would like to learn this kind of seed. How do we precisely plant that kind of seed? And another question is that how do we grow tall? I want to become like as high as 1.8, 180 centimeter. How do I do that? Maybe should remove my pride or anything. I would like to be tall because I heard that like Master Patanjali and all the masters, I heard that there are animations. So maybe I can have children. They are like these masters animations. Thank you. How do I make that happen?
Wow. You snuck 3 questions into your 2 questions, didn't you? Unless it was your
anh ấy có 3 câu
twin
hỏi
children
trong
that you
2 câu hỏi.
oh, unless it was your twin children that you wanted to be very tall and born without pain.
No, this person is in a wrong translation channel.
Yeah.
Sorry? Okay. I went back to the original channel temporarily. I have to cover all of that in 1 minute, which is impossible. So I will say, relieve people's pain. Look for pain and do your best to relieve people's pain, even in ordinary ways that don't really work. give people aspirin, give people massages, give people balms or salves, find people who have pain. And in the best way that you know how, you do your best to relieve their pain. Can yoga make you taller? Yeah, probably. Especially like forward bends or stretches, reaching. You can release pain in the low spine by separating those vertebrae. But if you really want to achieve it, then you should teach people those stretches. So you have to not only learn the stretches, which might make you taller, but you have to master them so well that you can teach them to other people if you want them to be particularly effective for you. And having children that are emanations, I would just go back to the making lists. Your child is not really an emanation, and your child is not really not an emanation. And the song that you sing about them, the story you tell about them to yourself, becomes truer every day you continue to sing it. Your eyes decide who the child is for you, and you praise them and think about all the wonderful things. Tell yourself a story. You could even write a story about the secret reasons that they came to this world just to teach you, just to help you. And the final days of your story of liberation, that this person came to this world just to help you, and write it down. And you can tell all the story of what they saw in you and how they knew you were ready and how they knew it was time to be born in your life. And tell yourself that story. Sing that song, write a song about it, and sing that song to yourself. And it will become more and more true for you. Dr. Juan Hasso.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you.
Very beautiful and inspiring. I have you recorded. Okay, so really today there is a lot going on. So I'm just gonna jump into it. But just yesterday, I hear very, very cool news that I'll be sharing with you in a moment. Let's first rejoice about the Mexico event. That was a really great success. I always enjoy so much visiting Mexico and seeing my old friends. We are all getting older. We were just talking about it. But it has been a very beautiful, wonderful trip. Thank you, Geshe, for taking care of us and having visited Mexico. I want to just share a few pictures of the event, just one after the other. And then we have a special video as well to share with you. But yeah, the event was great. We have a public talk with more than 500 people. People were engaging a lot. We have the wisdom groups, of course, the wonderful classes with Geshe, with Mexican teachers, with international teachers as well. So it was a really, really beautiful and exciting event. And of course, as Geshe mentioned, there was also a very cool concert where many of friends here in Rimrock participate as the rock stars. And we want to share the compilation that Paulina Garcia organized for us. So let me show you the video, and then we keep going with more news. Oh. Okay, I don't know what happened there, but yeah, it was very cool. And this is the kind of #2 concert after the one in Vietnam with the same repertoire. But new songs are coming up soon. Stay tuned. Okay. And then I had the chance to go to Guadalajara because of the grand opening of Casa Tartuk, and the Taiwan team visit as well. And because maybe many of you wanted to go but couldn't, I hope my camera can be your eyes this time to tap into the past and see what happened a few days ago. For that, we have another video. Please, Marina. Thank you. Yeah, it was a very fun evening. And yeah, just they're gonna start very soon to have like the open schedule with classes, meditations, yoga, and many more activities. So we wish them the best. And if you're an international visitor, maybe sometime come and check it out. Very cool place, beautiful view. The inside was beautifully designed by architect Aldo Arzapalo. So it was a very nice job. Okay, and a quick run before we move on into the exciting news. A quick run on Geshe-la's upcoming events. What we have next in September, at least that I know about, is the Pictures Please. Otherwise, I'll be talking and it's not going to make sense. Yeah, it doesn't anyway, says Rob. Okay. Text table, please. Can you share the next slide? Yes, thank you. No. That one. Yay. All right, that one. Yes. September, Geshe-la will be teaching here in Sedona the Heart of a Yogi, Bhagavad Gita, the Song of Victory, Volume 2, September 10 to 14. Make your Airbnb reservations now. Okay, next one. And then in October, he will be going to Phoenix, which is the next picture, please. And then it's in an old center we used to go sometimes, I forgot the name, the Jewish Cultural Center. We'll share the address soon, but you can still start organizing your trip to Phoenix if you want to come. And then still is time enough to prepare your trip to Kyoto. Next picture, please, because in December, the plan is to be there and finish with the 2025 Five Houses courses, ready to start the 2026 Five Houses courses. Woo! Okay, great. Now, this is the quick run. If you want to come live to these events, come. But if you cannot and you stay in Asia, it's the next one. Yes, you were right. You can also join the events that Jasmine is organizing there in Malaysia. Only for October, because in December, I think they used to combine them both. But if you want to attend the October one in Malaysia, you can follow this QR code. Okay, now I would like to invite Xiaoping. We are in her house today and Stanley's house as well. Xiaoping Shu. She's gonna tell us about this super exciting news I just heard yesterday. I'm glad I came back to Arizona because otherwise it was a danger. Imagine I will have missed this. Thank you, Xiaoping, for being here. And can you tell us what is this about? It was a surprise kind of for me.
Yes,
That's happening tomorrow.
It's a surprise for all of us, I think, for all of Geshe Michael students worldwide also. So this is a special event happening tomorrow. We are going to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Geshe Michael's special journey, special experience, touching the 50th anniversary of touching the Asian wisdom. For those who happen to be in Rimrock this week or tomorrow, we are going to hold an in-person event in Dragon's Head in the Rimrock, the capital of the universe. And luckily one came back in time.
Yes.
But don't worry, for those of you are not in Rimrock, then we are yesterday confirmed with Geshe that we are going to broadcast this event live. So it's an open public event. Everyone is welcome to attend. And here is the QR code. The Zoom link is live broadcasting. And Geshe Michael will give a special sharing or talk or teaching about this special topic. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds really exciting. I think like it's a great time to celebrate, and I'm happy that now we're starting to have more parties in Rimrock. Yes, this is a great wisdom party. And it's exciting that I haven't been there, but so many of us, we're gonna be able to know this place, Dragon's Head is the name?
Yes.
Dragon's Head, New Land, which in video looks beautiful. It has a river.
Yeah.
I don't know if people can swim there, but we'll find out. Okay, so there. Okay, so follow the QR code for those who want to watch online.
Yeah, and this is a free event. Anybody can come, and it's a 1 hour for those online. It is this event itself is Geshe is going to give a sharing about 45 minutes to 1 hour. And but in person, I guess our wisdom party will last longer. And we do. I think some of Geshe Michael student organizations, they are also having more or longer celebrations, maybe before this 1 hour event or after this 1 hour event. And but this QR code itself is only the 1 hour of Geshe Michael sharing. So I hope it will make it clear to you.
Okay, thank you, Xiaoping, so much for organizing this.
May I remind,
yes.
There will be multiple language simultaneous translation worldwide, but this slide just have English and Chinese, but we have organized multiple simultaneous translation, just like Xuanzang Tower. So it doesn't matter what language you speak, you can join. Yeah.
And enjoy. Thank you so much for producing and organizing this. And best wishes as well with the general project of Dragon's Head. And as Xiaoping was saying, there's other celebrations. And for that, Earl is here because you may have heard this idea of Ripples of Light event. And I think what is happening is like, synergy or intertwining of these two events. And Earl is going to explain what's the dynamic. Earl.
Thanks, Hasso. I think that Geshe Michael has joined a celebration. It's like the cherry on top. We have an event that'll be 24 hours of celebrating 50 years of Geshe Michael's teachings. We've invited teachers from many of the worldview organizations from around the world. I think we have some images of who those delightful people are. And so we want to
that's the video, Marina.
we want to take a day and step back and celebrate, and to do that in community with friends from across the world, to do that in community with teachers from around the world. So here's some of those delightful people. We have a lot of mixed nuts, but Xuanzang's Tower teachers, teachers from our organizations in Asia. Again, also translated in multiple language. And we'll focus on celebrating, we'll focus on rejoicing. A lot of it will be focused on emptiness meditations and taking a moment to reflect on everything that we've soaked up from Geshe Michael, that we can then ripple out into the world. And that's the idea. So we can go to that QR code again. People can sign up and we'll celebrate 24 hours. Special prize for those that meditate 24 hours in a row. Ben KRAMER. Look
and then,
at you, Ben KRAMER.
Then what happened when the public talk comes to be? Is the link that Ripples of Light using going to connect people to the Geshe-la's public event? Or they need to sign off and sing in, or what?
So in a sense, it's two separate events. There's a link for Geshe Michael's event. If you sign up for Ripples of Light, we will seamlessly transition from what we're doing, and we'll go over to Dragon's Head, incorporate that beautiful teaching. So no, people won't need to sign in or sign out. It should be seamless. And then people that go to the Geshe Michael event, obviously welcome to join us and celebrate more. But you'll need a separate QR code and to register separately. So, in a sense, two different events, but we're so happy that Geshe Michael has, agreed to join in the celebration of what we're trying to do, of bringing people together, community, organizations, teachers, meditators, celebrating Geshe Michael.
Okay, very cool. So, and you're opening the event just in a few more hours, right? You're going to be one of the, how do you say, openers.
It starts tomorrow. And part of the idea is to do we're looking at how do we meet our goals, and we'll look at it through the lens of yoga. And so we'll look at the eight steps of yoga, 8 parts of yoga. So one of the things that we ask people to do is to make a special effort to do a couple good deeds first, keeping our yamas and niyamas. Do a couple good deeds, come to the event with that virtue, and then see what happens. It's like loading up our pockets with a little extra virtue, and then come to the event, and we'll be celebrating Geshe Michael and a bunch of very cool teachers from around the world, and who knows what will happen. So that's our plan.
Cool, Errol. Thank you so much. I think it's very admirable you're willing to don't sleep in 24 hours for the cause. So thank you so much for doing this.
Thanks, buddy.
And best wishes. Best wishes. See you online tomorrow. Thank you. I think that was it for today. We are getting ready for tomorrow. And yeah, see you everyone there online. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend. Don't miss tomorrow. We'll share the QRs and all that in group chats as well. Invite your friends. I think that's it. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Geshe-la.
Thank you so much.